I cut my teeth in the pro-life movement like a lot of people, standing on the street corner, holding a sign, marching in the March for Life. But I always wanted to do more. I'm more of a numbers guy. My background is really in engineering. And so I like to study charts and data, and I know it's a little bit geeky, but I also am a student of history and warfare. And I realized that we can actually, using some very strategic, practical guerrilla warfare type of technique. Now, don't let the word warfare scare you. We're using peaceful, nonviolent tools that the American government has given us for positive change, but we use the principles of warfare to go after the abortion industry and make them close. Quick story. The first time I saw an abortion clinic close was in San Diego. It was Suresh Gandotra who killed Magdalena Rodriguez in a horrible second trimester botched abortion. She never got off the operating table alive. And we went to the district attorney and we detailed what had happened. And there were so many of us, the outcry was so passionate that even a pro-choice district attorney was forced to look into it and act. And Suresh Gandotra fled the country, that abortion clinic closed, and there's still an outstanding warrant for his arrest on manslaughter charges. That energized me. And I said, doggone it, we don't have to go to jail. I don't have to spend my life on the sidewalk in the blazing sun or the freezing winter or the pouring rain. I can, sitting behind my desk using the new tools that we get on the internet and talking with prosecutors, sometimes tweaking a little piece of legislation, we can enact or craft laws or simply enforce laws that are already on the books that will destroy the enemy's ability to make war on the children. And the end result is Kermit Gosnell behind bars. That was part of our work. We put complaints in. This is a horrible abortionist in Pennsylvania. He was, first time in 42 years, an abortionist has been convicted of first-degree murder on innocent children. Only manslaughter for the mom. David Hamilton is serving life in prison in Oklahoma City. Brian Finkel is serving a life term for raping women on the operating room table in Arizona. See, these are the malfeasance. These are criminal things that are happening. It's the horrible underbelly of the abortion industry that when we expose them, we bring to light these things to the prosecutors and we close them down. So these are all the kind of the tools that are in our toolbox that we use and we detail in our book Abortion Free to focus in on this particular abortion clinic in your community and get them to shut down. The thing that makes me so passionate about being pro-life is not just my faith in Jesus Christ and the fact that He has created us in His image, but I think it touches a little bit closer to my heart, and that's the fact that I was adopted at birth. And I look at these children as people that might have been me. They might have been my brother or a sister. And we look at the sheer number of statistics that 1 in 3 pregnancies end in a tragic killing of an innocent human being. That makes me passionate, and it also makes the sense of urgency inside me well up, and I want to get it done as soon as possible. For the baby that's dying today, he doesn't have the law to be enacted next week or next year. He can't wait for the next Supreme Court session or the next big piece of legislation in Washington, D.C. So what I've learned over my years of experience of standing on the street corners holding signs, of counseling women out of having their abortion, of working inside pregnancy counseling centers, of holding the big images, the graphic images of aborted children, even putting those on the sides of billboard trucks and driving them from coast to coast, driving them to inaugurations and parades and so forth. I mean, we have done the full length and breadth of what the pro-life movement has to offer. We have testified for legislation on the federal and the state level and even the local level. But what we found in our 50 years of experience, both my co-author and I, Cheryl Sullinger, we have found the most effective way of closing abortion clinics is using the laws that are already on the books. Make sure that these abortion clinics operate in the same way or inspected in the same way as your barber shop or your beauty salon or maybe the place where you have lunch and have a sandwich. These places are inspected and licensed by the state, and we know that abortion clinics simply can't stand up to that sort of scrutiny. So in our book, Abortion Free, we lay out a myriad of ways of personal experiences on how we have closed one abortion clinic after another after another. Sometimes we put the abortionist behind bars, sometimes we get his medical license revoked, sometimes the state comes in and condemns the place and shuts it down, sometimes they're charged, the abortion clinic is charged criminally. We've worked for many years, and so we've distilled all of our experiences down and written the definitive guide on how you can implement a very practical strategy to close the abortion clinic in your community. The pro-life movement has been at this fight for 42 years, and we've talked a lot about the moral implications of abortion. There's papers and research projects about why abortion is bad for America, bad for people, bad for the babies, bad for the moms, etc. But what we've detailed in our book, Abortion Free, for the first time in 42 years, is a practical guide on how we can legally and peacefully shut down the abortion clinics in our home communities. Here's my personal challenge. I'm really nobody special. I'm a former surfer boy from San Diego, but I'm passionate about saving babies' lives. And I believe in a powerful God that is sovereign in the affairs of men, and that when we ask according to His will that babies are saved and abortion clinics are closed, I believe, and I can say with experience and authority, that He's going to answer those prayers and the abortion clinic in your community is going to close. Now there's some certain practical steps that you're going to have to take, and I think the first one is to read our book, Abortion Free, and start implementing some of these plans. But I guarantee you, if you really start praying and you really start working on closing the abortion clinic in your city, it will happen.